These are the strongest athletes in the world, the best calisthenics advice you can get on the entire internet. We're starting off with Gustav. Let's see what he has to say for beginners.
Is there any tips that you can give some beginners that are just starting off? Maybe some secrets, some tips that you can give them that will help their calisthenics journey?
Un consejo que yo les daría es que observen muy bien a los que saben, que tienen más experiencia, que miren muchos vídeos, muchos tutoriales, que intenten aprender y que no vayan al parque, intenten hacer un movimiento que nunca lo han hecho.
So he's saying, observe, work with people who have done it before, learn from people who have done it before, observe yourself, film yourself, try and be as observant as you can, and try and gain as much knowledge as you can. Now let's see what sort of advice Daniel Christoph has.
The little tips, secrets, and like the little small steps that will allow you to close those gaps for what was like impossible to possible.
For me, the most important thing was to try to learn from better people that know more than me. Then you collect a lot of information, and you need to be really in love with these things that you're doing, so you get more information, you study the things. After that you understand why, for example, this guy is getting stronger, you're staying in one place, why you getting stronger, and this is how we share information, you know, and
we analyze, like
right.
Look at this form, why it looks like this, you need to do this and so on. And that's the way to actually build yourself.
So basically the most important thing is actually for you guys is the philosophy.
Basically, Daniel Christoph is saying you need to, one, be in love with the sport, you need to love calisthenics, and two, you need to learn from people who are better than you. Learn from people who have more knowledge, more guidance, a better ability to guide you and teach you, and that way you'll be able to learn from their mistakes and not repeat the mistakes that they made, and you'll actually be able to increase your progress rate. That's why I currently offer one-on-one online calisthenics coaching. You can check the video description, guys. I'll coach you, I'll take you to the next level with calisthenics, strength training, give you all the knowledge, all the guidance you could possibly need. Let's watch Daniel's favorite exercise for strengthening the planche.
I'm staying on the wall, I pick the right weights from a standing position, I extend them. Here, like good protraction form, you know. I go up, and from the position here, I extend them again, and I'm trying to save that protraction position with the weights. So that's how my body is also adapting to the situation and to the position. After that, I'm trying to transfer that in the planche.
How many reps do you do that?
I'm doing 10 to 12, 3 sets at the end of the
right
workout.
Here, then you go right back up?
Yeah.
10 times,
exactly.
Stop right here.
Exactly.
So he's saying the dumbbell front delt raise with the elbows locked out, maintain the protraction so you're pushing your shoulder forward, you're lifting up, and you're coming back down. This is key for building shoulder strength, guys. It's directly going to carry over to the planche. You don't just have to do planche leans and tuck planche and planche progressions. You can incorporate weights if you know how to do it properly. So he's saying he does about 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 12 dumbbell raises with the protraction, with the elbows locked out. Solid advice. Let's see what they have to say, Victor and Daniel, about doing a total large amount of exercises per workout.
These are not the best exercises. It's better to stick to less and do them properly, than go for the most professional exercises that all the top Olympic gymnasts are doing them, but you know, not having a control of them, not taking track where you're going, not making them in a good quality. And also in life, I can say it's a similar thing. Like if you try to deal with multiple businesses and so many things and different sports, like.
So basically he's saying that it's better to do less exercises, less total number of exercises, and do them with good form, track them, make sure you're doing it with the proper activation, make sure you're getting stronger at them, make sure you're making progress on them, rather than just doing a bunch of random different exercises just for the sake of adding a bunch. So you're better off doing 2 to 4 planche progressions and getting really good at those progressions, rather than trying to do like 10 to 20 planche progressions and just being average at all of them. You want to get really good at specific moves and not overload the body too much with a bunch of variety, and just niche down and really get good at specific progressions in order to get stronger at calisthenics. Let's see what Nathan Bosic's tips are for the planche.
Do you have any like secret moves that maybe help you?
If I have to do only one thing, it's lean planche.
Wow. And when you do it, do you lean until your feet come off the ground?
No. You
No.
You need to feel the point where you're the highest and you're the most able to use your strength. If you go too much forward, you're going to lift your feet, but you're going to be dead. And it's not the angle you want to work. You want to be as high as possible in order to, when you push up, use your triceps.
So can you show me the form, how I would do it? Protraction like this? Do you look forward or you look down?
Me, what I do, when you're planching and you're pressing, you want to put your head in your shoulders. It's no strength, it's just technique. It's my body that did it by itself.
I see.
And if you do too much like that, you see what my chest is doing?
Right.
I'm implying my chest. That's absolutely not what we want. We want shoulder. So you need to be in that range. Not too much. It's not 100%, it's not 50%. You need to find the balance.
Sick. All right, cool. How about I give it a shot? All right, we're gonna apply this.
All right, so basically Nathan is saying that his number one move for learning the planche is the planche lean, which is iconic. It's super simple, it's super scalable, it's super effective, very specific to the planche. And he's saying he doesn't lean as far forward as he can. So instead of focusing on leaning forward, he's focusing on getting height. So he's emphasizing the protraction in his scapula. He's pushing his shoulders down to get higher in the planche lean, and he's leaning in a way that makes him feel most strong. So he's not trying to lean super far forward until he feels dead. He's trying to focus on leaning with activation, with strength, and he's using the planche lean for a specific reason. Let's continue.
From looking at your Instagram, the level that you have is, again, I've seen maybe like just a handful of people that can even do the things that you can do.
The thing is that I have the dedication. I know that this is what I want to do in life.
Oh yeah.
And I have the genetics.
Oh yeah.
My
That's
elbows
true.
are fine, my shoulders are fine.
Have you ever had an injury before?
I have sternum because I was doing rings and I was working on my butterfly. So I popped my sternum. I had bicep, tricep,
Injuries.
elbow. That's about it. But that's good. All right.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
God damn, bro. Later on in your 20s, 30s, bro, you're gonna be a f***ing legend, dude.
Working for it, huh?
Hell yeah, bro. You're already pretty much there, dude. All right, let's try this. I guess I'll work on the press you told me.
You should not activate at the beginning.
No?
It's towards the end of it.
Okay, so start pressing and then like halfway up, I put my head down. So right here. Oh, what?
Very good. Something that people forget is that you have two parts, even more, but you have two main parts on your feet. You have the heel, you have the points. If you do only your planche with the points, you're going to be banana. If you do only your planche with the heel, you're going to be like this.
Ah, I see,
So
right.
once again, there is a balance. It's not 100% point, not 100% heel. If you're too afraid to be banana, heel will correct it.
As you come up. So as you're raising like this, if you're scared to start raising and bananing, then just act a little more heel activation and it'll...
Stomp like you're going to...
Oh, like you're gonna stomp like this.
Something.
Technique, man. They really work. I remembered the heel and I remembered the head, just a slight whoop. Like.
So I'll pause it there. That's a lot to break down. It's honestly a bit too advanced even for me. But basically he's saying when doing the planche press, you tuck your head in halfway through the press to get that proper alignment, and to prevent your back from arching too much, you either press through your heels or you press through your toes, and that's going to help keep that straight hollow body position when progressing into the planche press to handstand. Let's see what Nathan has to say about visualization.
Visualization, which is 99% of the work. If you see something in your mind, you will be able to do it.
100%, just like we did with the planche.
Absolutely.
Right.
If I don't see something in my mind, it's going to be 10 times harder for me to bring it in real life.
Right.
So he's saying that visualization is super important, super key. It's 99% of the work for him. I completely agree with that. If you're trying to manipulate your body weight, if you're trying to do calisthenics moves, you have to visualize it before you can do it. I remember when I was first unlocking my very first muscle up, I had to actively close my eyes and visualize myself getting on top of the bar before I was actually able to do the muscle up. Visualization is key. The best athletes in the world use visualization. Start visualizing yourself unlocking these moves before you actually go out and do them. Next up, we have Eric Barcy. This guy is a beast. Fingertip strength, fingertip planche. Let's see how this guy warms up.
To get started, let's hit a quick warm-up to prevent injuries and get started in safe way. Let's go. Okay, bro, first warm-up, wrist rotation. Okay. So you just do 20 on one side, and then after you finish, you do just 20 on the other side. And do it, if 20 is not enough, do it until you feel burning, at least 2-3 sets. Okay, so you are sure that you are doing good. After that second warm-up, we go on the floor, like this. The fingers are watching forward, okay? And just lean in this position. Okay, you just lean until you feel that your palm is going up a little. You can do 3 to 5 reps always 3 sets at least. Okay, last warm up, bro. We always go on the floor. We just do this movement with staying with the straight fingers. We flex like this, we go down, and we do it again. At least do 10 repetitions. Okay, control it. The more you lean forward, the harder it will get. So the more you lean forward.
So he focuses on warming up his forearms, his fingers, his hands, his wrists. He loosens them up. He does circles. He does wrist push-ups. This is exactly what I have my clients do. This is exactly what I do before I work out. I warm up the wrists. I make sure everything is strong, everything is loosened up, and everything is prepped. Everything is activated and ready. If you don't warm up the wrist, you run the risk of injuring your wrist. So warm up your wrists, guys. Warm up your full entire body and prepare yourself to actually do a demanding workout. Now let's see what Gusta has to say for beginner athletes.
Principiantes, quemar un poquito más los músculos, en específico 3 dominadas, un descanso, otra dominada, para empuje, unas flexiones, unos básicos que sepas que te va a ayudar a ganar fuerza. Y una vez a la semana a lo mejor ya empiezas con lo que realmente es dominar el cuerpo, una straddle planche con goma, ¿sabes? Para el principiante. Y para los profesionales avanzados que están ya en un nivel más alto, dejar un poco atrás las dominadas y meter más muscle up. En básicos lo mismo, pero una intensidad más fuerte. Y una vez a la semana, meterle.
So basically he's saying do the basics. You can't go wrong with the bent arm compound moves, things like pull-ups, push-ups, and then once a week start incorporating band-assisted planche holds, band-assisted front lever. But basically, can't go wrong with the basics, guys. Compound moves. The name of the game is compound moves. Next up, we have Viktor Kamenov. Let's see what he has to say about the importance of warming up before training calisthenics.
This one really helped me to get my shoulder back because I had, not only mobility, also activation.
Pay close attention to all the exercises that you're seeing now and try them before your next workout.
Especially for handstand. Okay. Because over there we need to have really good mobility, and sometimes people lack of that mobility, especially those who are training with the hard stuff. So we're getting back the retraction, just like in a front lever.
Scapula is back?
Yeah, absolutely. Here. Yeah, absolutely. If you want, we can even do it all the way up. Yeah, and thinking of getting the shoulders back. These are all as a preparation for the front lever or for any pulling movement. Yeah, but you see, this is really similar to the front lever pull-up. We're basically doing the same thing, but this time we're making a protraction.
Protract. Oh yeah, that feels great.
Yeah, this one is my favorite because it also works on the mobility. So now, like pull-ups, regular pull-ups.
Behind the back.
Okay, now protraction.
It's crazy, like just these little simple moves, you can feel the burn, right?
Yeah, and you think of depressing your shoulders to the max.
Depressing down?
Yeah, depressing it down.
Like this?
Sometimes it's hard,
Ah, so you feel the lat activation.
Yeah.
This is like what you use for a full planche.
Like this, push yourself. I lean myself a little bit, so...
So as you can see, Viktor places a huge importance on warming up, guys. You cannot neglect the importance of warming up. Loosen up the joints, loosen up the soft tissue, the fascia, activate the neurons in your body, activate the muscle fibers, get the body prepped and activated and ready to go before you do your advanced calisthenics moves. It'll prevent your injuries, it'll increase your strength output, it'll increase your stamina, your endurance. Warming up is key. I cannot stress this enough, guys. Do your warm-ups. Let's see what Viktor Kamenov has to say about planche push-ups.
Also for planche push-ups, that's a topic of how it should be done. Whether you need to keep the protraction down or you need to open your chest. And I would say no, there is no right or wrong way.
Right.
It's more like easier or harder way. Okay, let's go for handstand, just regular.
So he's saying there's not a right or wrong way to do planche push-ups. You can keep the protraction during the entire push-up, or you can lose the protraction at the bottom of the push-up, and it's not necessarily right or wrong. So he's showing you basically that everyone has different anatomy, everyone has different goals, everyone has a different relationship to the proper form. So there's not necessarily just one correct way to train calisthenics. There's not necessarily just one correct way to do these moves. It just comes down to preference. Now let's see what he has to say about band-assisted planche holds.
Planche. So this
So
time,
you will start with a very thick band to warm up, right?
bro. So we put it around the level of the navel, the weight center, here. Don't put it here, like just pull it down. It's important. Now, another thing.
Oh, with hands
Where
on the
you
floor.
position your hands, you position them under the bar.
Under the bar.
Or between the two supports. Go on straddle, I'll be on straddle at first.
Okay.
You lean forward, it's really important to lean forward and then lift your legs. A really common mistake is people not leaning forward.
So he's using a thick band to start out. The reason he's doing that is because it's still part of the activation process, so he can activate his body without putting it under an intense load and risk getting injured. He's also saying to put the band under your waistline, under your center of mass. That's the correct way to do it. That way you won't alter the planche trajectory. You want your assistance to be pulling up from your center of mass to counteract gravity pulling down. He's also keeping his hand placement under the bars. He's keeping his hands under his center of mass and the resistance band under his center of mass in order to keep that proper vertical alignment in planche. Let's see what Victor has to say about the front lever.
Initial steps, exactly where you should be. You're not like this and then trying to open your chest. So you prepare yourself, and from that initial position, you pull up. And then it's way easier. Yeah. From the top position, just like the swings, never starting from here.
So basically he's saying you start out in retraction. So you're starting out with your shoulders already back and down, and you're starting out with your body already as close to being in that proper form and that proper alignment. So that way you just step your feet off and you're already in the perfect front lever. That's going to save your energy because it's going to take energy to go from protraction to actively retracting. So if you actively start in retraction, you're going to save your energy and you're going to be able to hold the front lever with cleaner form and for longer.